Hey guys, Chronicle here, and welcome to this Mario Kart 9 Retro Grand Prix prediction video. So this video, first what I'm going to do is show you what I've got what my predicted shell, banana leaf, and lightning cups look like. And then I'm going to go into explain my choices. So before we do that though, here's the format that I'm going by. So basically, one each from the first three games. So one from Super Mario Kart, one from Mario Kart 64, and one from Super Circuit. Then two from Double Dash and two from DS. And then three from Wii, three from Mario Kart 7, and three from Mario Kart 8. So, yeah, popping up for a little bit there are the all 16 courses. Each following this format. So I figured I'd go with mostly one that consists of a lot of newer courses, because there was a definite lack, definitely unusual balance of courses in Mario Kart 8's Retro Grand Prix. Now, although it was kind of slightly adjusted with the DLC cups, I figured what would one look like ideally if DLC wasn't so much in the picture here, even though it probably will be, but what if it wasn't? So here we go. Here's my first prediction. Right, so now for why I picked these courses. So let's start with the Shell Cup. So as you see, I've got some text up there. With Figure 8 Circuit, one of the most boring courses in Mario Kart. Would need definitely some improvement. Ramps in, at a select amount of spots. Maybe those speed boosters along the corners. Something similar to Luigi Circuit in Mario Kart Double Dash. Perhaps a glider pad. Probably just as you get to that final stretch of the course leading up to the finish line, and maybe an underwater section. Probably maybe in that in the part of the 8 that's away from the stands. That might work, but something that, of course, not too many things to make it kind of a strange course to start off with, but something just to make it a little bit more exciting to race in. So moving on, for both Water Park and Toad's Factory, both of them filled the second and last slots nicely, as the second and final courses respectively. Water Park is a fairly easy course, not too bad. I guess fairly short. Same with Toad's Factory. They're fairly straightforward and they make sense. And as for Bowser Castle 2 from Super Mario Kart as the third course, there hasn't been a Bowser Castle course yet. There hasn't been a Bowser Castle course from Super Mario Kart that's been remade yet. All of them have been either those from Super Circuit, 3 from Super Circuit, as well as the one from Mario Kart 64. And also Mario Kart 8, as you see on the text there, Mario Kart 8 didn't have a single Bowser Castle course brought back. So this is a perfect opportunity for one of Super Mario Karts to finally be in it. And I picked Bowser Castle 2 as opposed to Bowser Castle 1 because it's it could be Bowser Castle 1 in retrospect probably might have been the better course to put in there. But of course, this is assuming that really cruel dead end that was put in there is taken out, or is made into something maybe a more challenging part of the course to race in, maybe a shortcut that pops up, or maybe there'll be mud on the track, so you'll only be able to use it efficiently with a mushroom or something like that. Something ideal, something that makes sense. So I think I picked this one over Bowser Castle 1 because Bowser Castle 1 was a bit on the laughable side, I think. Super Mario Kart. So a lot of the courses are, really straightforward. So this one was kind of tough, honestly. I was kind of torn between that one and one of the Vanilla Lake courses. I think particularly Vanilla Lake 1 over Vanilla Lake 2 because Vanilla Lake 2 looks a lot like Sherbet Land from Mario Kart 8. So wanted to do something different. So, but anyways, I ended up going with the Bowser Castle course. Alright, so moving on to the Banana Cup. Alright, first off, Cheep Cheep Lagoon. It was the third course in the Mushroom Cup of Mario Kart 7. And it's honestly, though, it's a pretty straightforward course. Not that much in terms of obstacles. But it's of course it's a little bit tricky with the underwater driving mechanics. Assuming that's going to be brought back, which I can't really see it not being brought back considering how neat it is. And yeah, not really much else to say there. Wee Daisy Circuit probably caught some of you by surprise. This was the first course of the Star Cup of Mario Kart Wii. And it's also not that difficult to course. Not very many obstacles at all. What is there? Maybe just, traffic cones? I think that's it. And again, another fairly straightforward course. A little bit more to it. But it's fairly laid back. And compared to the usual circuit tracks that we've seen in the past, this has definitely a different vibe to it. So that's one of the reasons why I picked that. And then we get into the third course, Mushroom City, from Mario Kart Double Dash. So one of the reasons I picked it is because of how well done Toad's Turnpike was remade in Mario Kart 8. And now, granted, Mushroom City doesn't need as much of a revamping as Toad's Turnpike did, but doesn't mean there isn't any room for improvement. And this is, of course, assuming that they're going with the same traffic physics or the same sort of traffic that we've seen in Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 7, and not the absolutely insane kind that we saw in Mario Kart Wii with Moonview Highway. So, moving on to Shy Guy Falls. This would make basically, as you can see on the screen, would make for a nice fast-paced finish to the Banana Cup. And it works out as it was the last course of the Flower Cup in Mario Kart 8, as I'm sure a lot of you already knew. So anyways, not much else to say there. So let's move on to the Leaf Cup. Okay, so first, Sunshine Airport. Why? Well, why not really? Fun start to the Leaf Cup, and what I consider to be one of the most original courses in the Mario Kart series. Who saw an airport course coming when Mario Kart 8 came out? When I saw that, I just thought that was really cool, and I think that would be really neat if it was one of the first Mario Kart 8 courses to be remade, alongside Shy Guy Falls, and have I talked about the other one yet? Yes, I have. What was it? Water Park. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Rosalina's Ice World from Mario Kart 7. One fills the need for a snow-themed track, and it could be made a little bit more forgiving as opposed to being in the Lightning Cup. I have it in the Leaf Cup here, so a little bit sooner. Could be a little bit more forgiving, considering, it's, a lot of ice and snow on the ground, a little bit tougher, traction-wise. So, even though the course itself really isn't all that bad, again, there's just the general complaint of how hard it can be to drive without veering off, either into the chasms, leading to the finish line, or just off into the or actually not just on the finish line, but that loop right after the start of the course. and then of course the snow that's around. So next after that, probably another surprising choice to you viewers, Broken Pier from Mario Kart Super Circuit as the only one that I have in the 16 course Grand Prix. Um, Mainly, I picked this one because I know a lot of you hate this course, and I do not blame you. I definitely was not a huge fan of this course. No, I'm not really a huge fan of Super Circuit, the game itself. But considering how just crazy good Cheeseland and Ribbon Road were reimagined in those DLC cups, they came with the Animal Crossing DLC pack in Mario Kart 8. Broken Pier could be made into a really, really cool haunted themed course. And just like with Rosalina's Ice World, fitting the need for a snow themed track, it would fit the need for a haunted themed track. Or ghost themed track. However you want to put it. So yeah, that's one thing I should have mentioned. When I'm selecting courses, I want to have as much diversity as possible. So basically, thematically diverse. In terms of, I guess, more environmentally, I guess, or atmospherically. Again, however which way you want to put it. But and then of course, lastly now, Wario Stadium from Mario Kart 64. So, the last of those courses that has yet to be brought back. And whoo-wee! Would this make an awesome one-lap course or what? I was going to be saying that anyways, course text or not on screen. It would obviously definitely need some sprucing up here or there, since of course this was one of the first 3D Mario Kart tracks. But boy, this would be really awesome. With what's been added in the more recent Mario Kart games, just tricks, underwater sections, anti-gravity, gliding sections, the whole kit and caboodle that could really make this course one of the greatest. So, anyways, yeah, of course, one lap because the course itself is huge. It's maybe, each lap is just as long as maybe Wario Coliseum from Mario Kart Double Dash. Don't actually know that for sure. Of course, both games are very different, and both tracks are very different too. Similar in that they're of course Wario, big stadium themed courses, but yeah, this would definitely need to be at least 1 or 2 laps because of how long it is. So, that's pretty much it for the Leaf Cup. On to the Lightning Cup. So, starting off with Dry Dry Ruins from Mario Kart Wii. This, like Rosalina's Ice World and Broken Pier, for the reasons I chose those. I picked this one because it would fill the need for a desert-themed course. And if not for Mario Kart Wii's frustrating physics and mechanics, namely like just bumping into the wall, how it would absolutely kill your momentum, no matter how fast you were going. One of the many things that really turned me off with Mario Kart Wii. Besides all that, it's not as awful as it may seem. Just with the certain parts where you would need to do the half pipe trick to not get stuck in the sand going into the ruins themselves. This is a course that's based off of a dungeon from Paper Mario. It shouldn't be also all too bad. And even though it's a desert course, it should still be tricky, but shouldn't be. There shouldn't be as what was made frustrating about it because of how Mario Kart Wii worked. Hopefully, shouldn't be in Mario Kart 9. Okay, so moving on, Mario Circuit. So again, or I shouldn't say again, but like Figure 8 Circuit, would need some adjustments to be more exciting. The course is definitely quite a bit inspired by the Mario Circuit from Mario Kart Double Dash. In that, of course, you have there's sharp turns here and there. You've got piranha plants here and there. I guess it's more specifically the Venus flytraps. No, not Venus flytraps. Venus fire traps. I guess is what they're called, or just fire piranha plants for the sake of simplicity. And of course, the Goombas there. Probably could use some ramps here and there too. But yeah, would definitely need some revamping. And this is kind of one that I wasn't so sure about putting in over, say, Shroom Ridge. But this one I ended up picking over Shroom Ridge because of already having Mushroom City as a traffic course. So now, granted, Shroom Ridge and Mushroom City are fairly different in terms of environment, but both are traffic courses. So maybe that would be one thing I would change. Not too sure, but I'll just kind of go with my gut right now and stick with DS Mario Circuit. So, third, Makawoohoo from Mario Kart 7. It's a one-lap course, so it could be extended extended to 2 laps to make a little bit more sense, and would also follow a pattern that's been present in the last 3 games that I'll get into in just a bit. So, anyways, okay, that moving on, Bowser's Castle for Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, picking this one over Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Super Circuit, not only because I've already picked a Super Circuit course that isn't Rainbow Road, but this course is due to be brought back as a retro course. I mean, it's also different enough from Bowser Castle 3 of Super Mario Kart to be its own thing, which is why I thought having in Mario Kart Wii, when they picked Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart 64 and Bowser Castle 3 from Mario Kart Super Circuit, both were different enough for that to work and it not to seem like they were the same thing, just in different layouts. So of course, a lot of the Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart Double Dash is a lot of what we've seen from the more recent games. This is something that kind of set the tone for the more recent Bowser Castle courses. A lot of driving through corridors in Bowser's Castle. Of course, the Bowser statue that blows out fireballs. Of course, something that we've seen come back in both Mario Kart Wii and now Mario Kart 8. Even though in that one it doesn't breathe out those huge fireballs, but instead pounds the track. And of course, in the Super Mario Kart's Bowser Castle, it's kind of traversing in a track that's inspired by those old Bowser Castle levels from namely Super Mario World, and I guess the previous Super Mario Brothers games. So also a nice glider pad would be really fitting for that last jump there. So anyways, that's just about it. Now into why I picked Makawoohoo as the third course of the Lightning Cup. So as I've said, there's been a pattern in the last 3 games in which, namely the final Star Cup course of 2 games before, was brought back as the third Lightning Cup course. So here's the Mario Kart Wii's Lightning Cup. As you can see, GCN DK Mountain. Mario Kart Wii is the 6th game of the series. Double Dash was the 4th. And DK Mountain was the 4th course of the Star Cup after, what was it? It was Sherbet Land, Mushroom City, and then Yoshi Circuit before DK Mountain. And then in Mario Kart 7, DS Airship Fortress, which came after, what was it? DK Pass, Tick-Tock Clock, and Mario Circuit. And then finally in Mario Kart Wii, I'm sure all of you get the point by now, but I just want to emphasize this. Mario Kart Wii Grumble Volcano came after, what was it again? Daisy Circuit, Koopa Cape, and Maple Treeway. So yeah, this has been in the last 3 games. So that's why I think there's a legitimate reason to believe that it could be brought back. But however, it is totally possible this pattern is broken, at least in the next 2 games, as both Makawoohoo and Mount Wario from Mario Kart 8 are both one-lap courses. So it wouldn't make much sense for a one-lap course to be the third course instead of the first or the last. Especially Mount Wario, because that's just, I mean, it doesn't even circle back around. After you get to the finish line, that's it. It's like those, in the Winter Olympics, those ski runs that they'd have. Now, on the other hand, with Makawoohoo, though, there is an option. There is, I guess, there is totally the possibility for them to make it so that it could both loop into a second course. I mean, a second lap. Sorry, not a second course. But yeah, I think that option is totally there for Makawoohoo, which is why I didn't feel like I didn't necessarily feel the pressure to pull it out entirely. But again, something that I'll definitely consider. That's definitely been on my mind, or was anyway when I was picking this selection. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this Mario Kart 9 Retro Grand Prix prediction video. We'll be working on some more Mario Kart themed videos in the future. And anyways, I'll see you next time.